Want to create an efficient calendar table in Power Query? In this video, I'm gonna walk through step by step on how to build a data table from scratch, ready to be used in your Power BI analysis. If you want to automate and organize your data, don't miss this tutorial. So we're gonna create a gym calendar using Power Query. How can we do that? I'm already here in Power Query, and the first step is to create a list of dates. To create it, we need to use a function that is list of dates. How can we do that? We're gonna click with the right button of the mouse here in Queries, choose New Query, Blank Query. Then we're gonna use a function here that is list or dot dates and just hit enter. It's gonna load this for us. There is a few parameters that this function needs. Let's see here. Returns a list of date values of size count starting at a start. The given increment step, it's a duration value that is added to every value. So it asks for us start date, the count, there is how many days we want, and the step, if you want to aggregate the data 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, and so on. So let's just start here with 1st of January of 2024. I want to count 365 days and 1 day at a time. And I will click invoke. As you can see, we have here a query function, and then it created an invoke function that creates a list of dates. This is the start of our calendar. What we need to do, we need to go in lists and click here, to table and hit click. Then we just need to click OK. We don't need to change anything here. And now this invoke function, the symbol has changed and become a table. So I'm gonna give the name gym calendar and hit OK. And change this column here to a date format and call it dates. But when we use the parameter, we created a static list. We defined that it will start in January 1st of 2024. But we don't want that. We want a dynamic table that will grow alongside our fact tables. So how can we do that? We need to create some variables inside our M language to create this max and min dates accordingly to our fact table. So let's do that. First of all, as you can see here, we have a query and a dim calendar. Let me just show you the dependence of these tables. Here is where it is. Show the dependence. Query dependencies. Here. Let me just open here and find our calendar. As you can see, the calendar is dependent of that query. And this query will be something more in our table that is not necessary. So if you came here and open in the dim calendar our advanced editor, we can see here that it has a source using our query. We can just change this and put the same function here. List.dates and hit done. As you can see, nothing changed, but now you can delete this parameter. It's just to have clear queries here. We don't need to maintain unnecessary steps. So now let's create our variables to put the min date, max date, and so on. I'm gonna hit advanced editor, and now let's create some variables here. I'm just gonna hit enter after the let give a space here, and create my first variable, data mean. It will be equal. You need to use a function called list.main. How did I know what functions to use? I just Google it. It's the easy way. List.mean, it will ask a table, a list of dates. We want to use our fact internet sales, and we need to know the name of the column, the exact name. I know that it's order date, and I will just put a comma here and hit done. As you can see here, it created in our first tab a data mean and returned 29th of December 2010. There is our mean date in our fact internet sales. Then we know that's working, so let's continue. Better again. Now I'm gonna put my data max. That is the opposite. List point dot max of internet sales order data. Just gonna copy here to gain some time. Okay, now I have to put another variable because I don't want to know the mean date and the max date. I want to know the max year and the mean year. So I'm gonna put here max year. That will be year. It's date point year of what? Of our data mean. Here comma. Now the opposite. Sorry, here is the mean year, not the max year. Year, date of our variable data mean, and now the max year. There is date dot year again of our data max. Okay, now we have our mean and our max date. Let's check if this works. Data mean 29 December 2010, data max 28th of January of 2014, mean year 2010, max year 2014, and it's good. We can continue. Okay, now we have our mean year and our max year. We need to know our initial date and our last date. So first date, it's gonna use a function called date. We just have to put here date, and what do we want? It's a year, a month, and a day. We want our mean year of now a month 1 and a day 1, comma, and now our last date, that will be our max year of December 31. Now we need the duration. What I'm doing, I'm creating the variables to use in this list dates. It's need a mean date and a duration. Now that we have the first date and the last date, we can create the duration. That will be the duration of days. What duration? I want my last date minus my first. But if I do that, let's use 1 year as an example. The year starting 1st of January and ending 31 of December. If I did one minus the other, we will have 364 days, not 365, because the last day is not included. So I need to add 1 to be sure that we will have a complete year. Then I just need to put a comma here, and I'll think it's good. Let's check it out. Our max here, our first date 1st January 2010, our last date 31 December 2014, our duration 1826 days. Okay, now we just need to go in advanced editor again, one last time, and change the parameters in our list dates. So instead of date, I want my first date. Instead of this 365 days, I want my duration. Here, we let as it is. And just hit done. As we can see, it's working. Let's just see if created the way we want. It starts in 1st January 2010, start descending, ends in 31 December 2014. It's working. Okay, now that we have our dynamic dates, what is our next step? To create the other columns, to populate our DIN calendar. So let's try. We are gonna add a column. I'm gonna use from date and time, and I'm gonna add the year. I have a year here. Now I'm gonna again and put a month. Now I'm gonna go again and start at the name of the month. Now I'm gonna go again, year, okay, month, quarter of the year. I'm gonna put the week of the year. It's a good thing to have. Gonna put the end of the week, week of month, no, day, or day of the off week. And now the name of the day. Here it is. We have our date, our year, our month name, our quarter, our week of year, our day of week, day name, and we can create several columns. It will just need to be creative, because you can create lots and lots of columns according to your business model. This will just be an example so you can start your DIN calendar. The rest is up to you. You can choose the columns that best suit you. Okay, now we created a few columns. I'm just gonna hit close and apply to create our calendar. And here it is. Let me just change here. And there it is. This is how you create a DIN calendar using Power Query. So, what you guys think of our video today? Let me know all in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I see you guys on our next video.